Hey, da 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boom Boom Room, and of course, I am the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. Boom Boom here, shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Well, 2019 is shaping up to be a great year for wrestling fans in the terms of professional wrestling because I'm going to talk to you about the women of wrestling, or just simply WOW. Debuted as of this recording 2 weeks ago on AXS TV, or Access TV, excuse me. Yes, that's the same television station that airs the U.S. version of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and there's also a boxing show. It's part of like a little trilogy there. You're going to have New Japan, you have WOW, and then you're going to have some boxing. Big thing. And I looked around on the internet, and I really haven't seen a lot of hype on it, which I think is actually kind of a shame. So, looking at this program, I'll say it like this: I compare it a lot to wrestling in the '80s. Is what I would say it's most like. I know you've heard people like me, Dave, Wrestling Rant, and people who are older. We kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, romanticize wrestling in the '80s because we were kids then. We were like super little, and it just brings up some fond memories. So, but I know a lot of you are nowhere near as old as us. So, but if you've ever wanted to know what it would have been like to, as a kid, watch wrestling in the '80s, I would suggest you check out WOW. For those of you who may not know about the promotion, I did a little digging, and I found out that WOW was originally set up in 2000 by Dave McLean. Now, if you're a hardcore wrestling fan, that name sounds kind of familiar. That's because he is one of the founders of the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Glow. The company's based out of LA, and it's owned along with McLean. He's part owner along with Janine Buss, the owner and president of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, it's originally started in about 2000 to 2001, and it ran a little bit of a TV show. Now, I know some of you were thinking, well, if this thing's been around since 2000, why the hell haven't I heard about this? That's because it went on a long hiatus. It went on a hiatus from 2001 all the way to the tail end of 2012. After that happened, they started. They did a relaunch in 2012. Had a few of their older talent there. When I say older, I mean like original talent there, along with some trainees that they have, and they've been putting it together. Now they're back on TV for the first time since their initial launch in 2000. They have a show Friday nights. It's at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on Access. And it's, how do I put it? It's it's hokey, it's campy, but damn it, I love it. It's really great. I know when you have, it's hard to get into a new promotion because you don't know what's going on. You don't know who people are. So I say if you're looking to get into a new promotion, something, get something. It's a completely breath of fresh air. I mean, this is all women's roster, and it's presented, just kind of like old school wrestling because you've got over the top characters, and it's a lot of fun to watch. It's something where if I wanted to set my nephews and my niece down to watch it, I could. And I don't have to worry about language. I don't have to worry about blood. I don't have to worry about questionable material because the women are not presented, for lack of a better term, they're not presented as whores. Yeah, they're over the top characters, but they're not sexualized. Well, to a certain extent. I mean, but I'll get into that in just a second. It's a lot. You're not going to get these overly complex matches. You're not going to get a Zack Sabre Jr., chain wrestling match, but you're not going to get like a New Jack, just blood and guts, bloodbath, street fight either. So it's a lot of, basic, suplexes, headlock takeovers, drop toe holds, elbows, a lot of basic stuff. But the way it's put together, it's entertaining. They kept it simple, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you want to check it out, it's already on demand, or you can check it out live when it airs. But as of this recording, there are only 2 episodes in. It's actually worth going back because the program itself is an hour long. If you take out commercials, it's probably about 45, 46 minutes. It's really easily digestible. Here's what you need to know. The whole story right now is Santana Garrett. Yes, there are some names. I want to get into some more of the big names here. Just became the WOW champion, the WOW World Champion. Uh, she winded up winning it in a three-way match. It was the champion Jungle Girl, the Beverly Hills Babe Amber O'Neil. Now some of you may remember Amber O'Neil, and then Santana Garrett. This is before they had their TV show. They had like this three-way bout. Jungle Girl was the champion. She got thrown into she somehow got to an impromptu three-way, and Santana Garrett pinned Amber O'Neil, making her the Wild Champion. And Jungle Girl, her reign was just completely. She'd had a pretty decent reign from what I gather from what they're presenting. It took, and it just shocked her. So the first episode is Santana Garrett, and then we go to the first episode of the Access program. Santana Garrett comes out as the champion. She's here to make a name for herself. She had her dad, who TNT Kenny G, was in the front row. He's been suffering some health issues. He's in a wheelchair, got oxygen. It was actually kind of touching. To see his dad, see his daughter do something that she absolutely loves. And then she's immediately interrupted by Tessa Blanchard. Oh, yeah, that's the big name they got to come in. So she's kind of treated as like an invading force. It's like, she just showed up one day and says, I want your championship. And to their credit, wow, with David McLean was, well, I know you want a champ, but you're not going to, you're just not going to walk in here and get this. You're going to have to earn your way up here. And besides Santana Garrett, you've got unfinished business. You've got to wrestle one-on-one the former champion Jungle Girl. And so throughout the show, they start introducing characters. Now, they've got a very, very big cast of characters. Some of the big names that I recognize here are Santana Garrett, of course, Tessa Blanchard. Another one that I remember is the Beverly Hills Babe, Amber O'Neil. And then and if you look go to their website, you go all the way down to the bottom, Cobra Moon from Lucha Underground is also on the roster. They've got a lot of just different types of characters, and I was wondering how they would present this, because we're a lot more politically correct now than what we used to be, in terms of how we present women, how we present women of color. And to be honest, looking at it, I think it's done absolutely tastefully. Yeah, there are a lot of over-the-top stuff, but it's done evenly. It's not where the blacks are always presented as like, rappers or pimps or gangsters, and Mexicans are presented, as cholos and all this. No, everybody's got like this over the top gimmick, and it's done evenly. So it doesn't bother me because everybody gets it. Because Santana Garrett is just your typical Pepsodent smile, white meat baby face. Tessa Blanchard, is like the entitled, I'm the daughter, of a legend. I was born into this. I deserve this. You've got some of the older, when I say older, I mean like original talent, like Lana Starr. She's, the self-proclaimed star of the show, Jungle Girl. I don't want to say like a feminist, but, she's kind of like a Tarzan gimmick. You have, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And what I like what the show does with this is they kind of have like vignettes essentially before every match showing, who these people are, why they're in WoW, what makes them tick, why they're there, what their motivation is. You've got people like Steffi Slays. She's like the good girl. She has a lot of heart. She got destroyed by this one girl called, the Beast. Just picture like kind of like a female Brock Lesnar. That's what the Beast is. And then Steffi Slays, goes out there and she knows she's got a losing proposition, but she goes out there and gives it her all anyway. Then you got Chloe Hertz, who's got like a Kim Kardashian gimmick. You've got Abilene Maverick. She's like the governor's daughter. She's like, they're like the daughter of a daughter of a rich person, like that rich girl, you had to deal with, in school. You have Jesse Jones as like your redneck, Bill the Wall, kind of character. You have Voodoo Doll, kind of like a Haitian voodoo priest. They even had they have Azteca. She's kind of like she's a Hispanic lady. She is from Mexico City. Jessica Havoc is on there. One that really tickled me to death was a girl named Eye Candy. She was just a bubbly, lot of fun. But what I loved about it was, she was one of those fun-loving characters, but never once did the commentary go like, oh, well, she just likes to have fun. It was presented in a very, very classy way. Fire. As a girl, it was really nice the way they dyed her hair. Looks absolutely amazing. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. They've got some. I would say check it out. They've got a very colorful roster. It's a lot of fun and a lot of basic matches, a lot of grappling. in there. So I would say give it a chance. It's a lot of fun. It's presented in a very classy way. It's digestible. It's an hour-long episode every week. Right now, they've only got one championship that I'm aware of. It's the WoW champion. I know at one point they did have tag team champions. I don't know if that's something they've done away with or something they're going to bring back. I think they just need to get everything, hammered out, because right now they're presenting everybody as singles wrestlers rather than tag teams or factions right now. It's worth checking out, and the fact that in this day and age, when there's like 912 reviews of Raw, there's, you get everybody, review. I mean, hell, and props to him for doing this. LK will do reviews, stuff going on in Japan right now, all Japan, Noah, Dragon Gate, which deserves to be covered. Don't get me wrong. The fact that I really haven't seen like anything like this on the internet right now is actually kind of sad, because I really felt like we should give them a chance and just see how it goes. So, over the top, campy, hokey, but a lot of fun. It's harmless. So I would say check it out. Like I said, Women of Wrestling, Access TV, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, Fridays. Worth an hour of your time. Interested to see where they go here, and I do wish them the best of luck. And good luck to all those young ladies there, because it looks like they've done an amazing job putting this promotion together. So, you know what? That's going to do it for me for this episode of the Boom Boom Room. I'm going to be trying to get it with Dave, Sammy, LK, and we're going to see if we can start cranking out some more reviews here. We've got some big stuff going on in WWE right now. Dean Ambrose confirmed leaving after Mania. Kenta is, Hideo Itami done with WWE. Where's he going to go? Looks like Kenny Omega is bound for AEW. Just a ton of stuff to get to, and we're going to have reviews on that. So make sure you like, subscribe to us here, and hit that thumbs up button and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever we're going to go live. And I want to thank everybody for joining us. So this is Boom Boom for the rest of Coco Crew saying the boom just went bang, and I am over.